Hey everybody, I'm here with Father Scott. He's been gracious enough to let us film some behind the scenes video today to show everybody a little bit of the intricacies that go into making a live streaming Mass. Father Scott, thank you so much. What do you think this has really helped the parish?
Well, the whole idea was to keep everybody connected during this time when they can't come here, but we're still offering Mass, so that you know, yes, we're actually offering Mass and not sleeping in every day. So I'm just very thankful to Lee and Jay for coming and setting everything up, giving up time away from their family to come and make this available for everybody else.
Hey everybody, I'm here now with Lee Hash, a fellow Cathedral graduate who does the camera operation during our live stream Mass. Lee, can you tell us a little bit about the cameras that you're using?
Cameras, they're Panasonic ABC cams. Basically got two of them. I've got one that's static that does the choir loft video, and then I've got the one I operate that does basically everything else.
Well, you're also the only camera operator during these live stream Mass. How are you switching back and forth so fluidly between?
I send all my stuff to Jay, and he makes the magic happen.
Okay, that's neat. So how long have you actually been doing this? Is this something you just picked up recently, or have you actually
I've been doing church services since I was 8. I've filmed all of Cathedral's football games since 2007.
Okay.
And I just kind of got into it with my grandpa and never stopped doing it.
Oh, awesome. So you're the reason we have such fluid cuts and everything else with the cameras.
Yeah.
Right? Okay, that's fantastic.
I like to think so.
So with these cameras and stuff, I see, so we've got the cords and everything else. About how long does it take you to set up for this part?
It takes me about 3 minutes to set my cameras up, and then just running the wire depends on whether I can find everything right there or not. But it's not very long. It's maybe 10 minutes setup.
That's not too bad at all. I mean, you've been doing such a great job with everything, and it's so cool to see this part of technology start getting incorporated into St. Mary's that you've been a very integral part of. So, man, we appreciate it. Thank you.
Yes, sir.
Hey guys, I'm here today with Jay Hanbury, who does a lot of our live stream feed for the St. Mary's live streaming Masses. And Jay, can you walk us through some of the things you go through with each Mass to set up?
Sure. So basically, we started this project long before COVID with the Cathedral C Club. We decided we wanted to try to televise some of our football games and athletic programs and some other things around the school. And we're not using it right now, obviously, so we thought it would be a perfect opportunity to use it to bring the Mass to all of our parishioners. So basically what we have is we use a streaming system from Boxcast. That's who we use, and that goes out to a web server that everybody's actually watching the videos from. So what we have right here is this is sort of the brains of everything. This is what mixes all of our videos together, along with any of our underlays that you see in the lower 1/3. It's a rolling HDMI video switcher. It also has some other capabilities. We can tune in and out the sound and try to tweak all that. I keep a laptop up here just so I can watch the feed. Many people will probably know today we had a little glitch, so I was able to see that about 3 minutes before everybody started texting me, but we got that working. So we're back up with that. I can see all of our feeds right here on the screen. Normally we'll have a third camera, but we've already unfortunately broken that one down. This one is the one, this in this lower quadrant right here would be the one.
Can you explain that to me a little bit? So
Yeah,
obviously
sure.
we're seeing the feed of inside the church right here.
Right.
And these headers that people are seeing when we actually live stream now.
Right.
Is it really easy to switch back and forth, or is...
It is. Actually, what we're seeing here, what's red is what's live right now, and what's green is what's on deck. So to switch into this, what I'll do is, and I'll show you real quick on this, what the viewer would see. Give that just a second to refresh. So this is what the viewer would see right here. So as we get ready to start Mass, I would fade that in on the lower 1/3. And that would bring it up. This is what the viewer sees right here. So after some time expires, we want to take that back out. We just roll it back out, and then we're ready to go into whatever else. During communion, when we put the prayer for communion in there, I would just simply, this is again what the viewer's seeing. I pull that up on my iPad and then roll that in, and this is what the viewer would see during the time that.
And then Jay, you did mention today that we kind of had a little bit of a glitch. Are you seeing it live as the congregation singing at home, or do you have a little bit of a head start so that you can see problems coming? So that
I'm actually seeing both. That's a good question. I'm seeing both. On my laptop, I'm just like I am at home. I'm seeing it with a 1.5 minute delay, or depending on what the streaming speeds are that we're able to get from the internet source, whatever that might be. So I'm able to see it on here. I'm able to see it live, and then I'm able to queue up what I want to see in the future. So we're able to do basically all three things at the same
So
time.
you kind of got a little bit of a past, present, future going on all at the same time.
Right, exactly.
Very
exactly.
neat, very
We had already, for example, the glitch that we had today, this is pretty interesting, but the glitch that we had today, I knew it happened, and I was already about 1 minute and 10 seconds into it when I started getting notifications that they had lost the feed. So I knew it was happening before then, but it took me about 3.5 to 4 minutes to get it back out.
And having that little bit of, I guess, precog where you can see it ahead of time lets you fix those problems before they turn into much bigger
I was
problems.
already fixing it before
So
every-
what
the
was
viewer saw it.
a 30-second loss could have turned into a 20-minute loss if you didn't have that window.
Exactly. I had that little window of opportunity to get that fixed. So,
That's very-
and,
that's
and
very
I will say that this has only happened today. So this is the first
So,
day.
so me
Thank
and
y'all.
Drew, it's on me and Drew.
We'd like to thank you and
Tech
Drew
committee for
that.
the win right there. So when you do this each week, about how long does it take to set up all of this?
It takes Lee Hash and myself now it takes us about 20 minutes and we're ready to go. When we first started doing this, we kind of had to feel our way through where everything was, power, sound, all that.
Kind of learning on the job.
Yeah, so we've trimmed it down to about 20 minutes. At first we were getting here about 2 hours before Mass, and then we got a little bit better, and then Holy Week came around and we trimmed it down to where we could actually get here about 20 minutes before, and we're ready to go.
Well, that's great. I know the response from everything that we've been doing so far, especially you with this live stream, it's been fantastic.
Great.
And I'm hoping it's something we can continue even after the pandemic's over.
Oh, that would be fantastic. It would be something that I think would truly serve our parish, especially those parishioners that are no longer able to make it to Mass every Sunday.
And I noticed, I've been watching the comments on it, I know that we've gotten as far as Texas to Florida. So
Yes.
from you being able to do this, we've been able to reach people, not just shut in down the street, but shut in states away that were once upon a time.
Well, I'll take that a little bit further. We have analytics on here, so I'm able to tell you where it's all coming from. And typically on a typical Sunday, we have about 15 states, and we actually have had up to 3 or 4 separate countries.
That's amazing.
That we've had people tuning into. I don't know if those are people that are stationed, but I do know that during Easter we had a couple of people tuned in from Dubai. So
Wow.
that's pretty neat.
That's
that we're
impressive.
reaching out that
That's
far.
wonderful.
It really is.
Well, Jay, thank you so much for giving us
Yes,
some of your
indeed.
time today, and air high five.
Yeah, there you go.
All right, thanks, man. Hey everybody, Justin here with Dr. Franco. We were going to do some behind the scenes videos with everything going on since we've taken Mass virtually. So, Dr. Franco, we just finished another excellent Mass. Has there been any difference in your preparation now that you don't have a choir?
Well, it's been definitely different that we're singing songs that are not in the hymnal. We're singing antiphons, and so the dynamics of that is a little bit different, but just I make sure that I practice with the cantor so that they feel comfortable and then I feel comfortable, but it's definitely a very different feeling playing and singing for a church that feels empty. So there's definitely a void of choir members and parishioners, and just can't wait for things to sort of get normal again to the way that they sort of used to be.
Well, to pick up on something you said, I'm not very musically literate at all. What is an antiphon?
Well, an antiphon is a sacred piece of music that is done at the entrance during the offertory and during communion, and the words of the antiphon are usually related to the scriptures of that Sunday, And
So the antiphons vary from Sunday to Sunday based on the readings.
based on the readings, exactly. Just like the responsorial song changes and the gospel verse changes from Sunday to Sunday, so do the antiphons.
That's very neat. That's something I didn't realize.
Yeah.
So now that obviously you don't have a full congregation in a choir, have you been able to notice anything different with the sound when you play the organ? Is it
Very good question. I think and I feel that definitely the organ sounds a lot more loudly in an empty church, is when you have hundreds of people here, that helps to absorb the sound. So I have to make an effort not to play too loudly and blow away people with the full sound that the organ can make.
especially when we're going from a video feed where you hear Father Scott talking, and then all of a sudden have an organ blast them through the back of the couches.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Want to definitely avoid that. So.
Well, Dr. Franco, thank you so much for giving us a few minutes of your time today. And everybody in the choir, you better get ready to get back to business.
Yeah, we're ready.
Hey guys, Justin here. I'm here to take you for a little behind the scenes look on what it takes to get the live streaming going every weekend.
Sorry, no, too many people in here. You gotta go.
And that's the video, thank you.